1. Dams cause irreversible harm to the Himalayan rivers. GS Paper 3, Conservation, Environmental Impact Assessment. What is the context is about? The Himalayas are young mountains, and naturally restless. In the last century and a half, the middle Himalayan region, now Uttarakhand, has suffered at least 50 major tremors and flash floods. The Wildlife Institute of India, WWI, and the Indian Institute of Technology, RAOK, HTR, submitted reports on the collective impact of hydropower projects in the Alaknanda and Bhagirathi basins in 2009. While HTR merely recommended a string of measures to reduce the dangers of harnessing these rivers so intensively at such altitudes, the WWI said 24 out of the 39 proposed dams would cause irreversible harm to the rivers, and should not be allowed. SC directed the Environment Ministry to set up an expert body, EB, to assess the role of mushrooming of hydropower projects in escalating the impact of the flash floods. Impact of dam building activities on biodiversity. Using field data and modeling, the researchers discovered that almost 90% of the Himalayan valleys would be affected by dam building and that 27% of these dams would affect dense forests with unique biodiversity. The team projected that dam-related activities will submerge and destroy about 170,000 hectares of forests. The researchers also predicted that the dam density in the Himalaya is likely to be about 62 times greater than the current global average, which would result in deforestation and the extinction of 22 flowering plants and 7 vertebrate species. Impact of dam building activities on human lives. Furthermore, the study found that water volume is the main driver of the richness of fish species in the rivers. Water withdrawals due to massive dam building activity would seriously undermine fish survival and diversity, fragment habitats and limit fish migration in these rivers, with long-term consequences for the livelihoods of fishermen. Besides threatening biodiversity, the study also revealed the impact of dam building activities on human lives and livelihoods. Due to high population density, dams have displaced Indian citizens for decades. We are deeply aware of the country's need to develop economically. However, there is a need to balance development and not venture into haphazard dam building without caring for biodiversity and people. Current status. In its affidavit to the Supreme Court in December 2014, the Environment Ministry accepted the EB's findings that hydel projects had exacerbated the disaster both directly, by blockage, and indirectly, by ecological damage. The SC later on lifted the statewide ban on hydel projects. Only the 24 projects in question were put on hold until the EB report had been analyzed and policies finalized. MoEFCC decided, in May 2015, to form yet another committee, under the chairmanship of BP Das, to decide the fate of the 6 projects. In October 2015, the ministry told the SC that the Das committee had recommended all 6 projects. Thereafter, MoEFCC claimed in a Jan 2016 that the government had reached a policy decision, based on a 1916 agreement BTW Madan Mohan Malviya and the colonial government, to allow any hydel project that releases at least 1,000 cubic meters per second, of water into the Ganga or its tributaries.